All right, guys, this is just a video explanation just to kind of remind you what you're doing here on homework 10. Um, so we're solving using the quadratic formula. This is our quadratic formula right here. So the first page, the front page, this page, it's already kind of already set up for you. You just got to put in the parts. The parts that we need are the B, okay, the A, and the C. The A is down here as well, and our C. Okay, so we need to know those three parts. So to use the quadratic formula, the equation has to be equal to 0. So I'm going to start on the right side here. To do number 2, you would first need to subtract 48. Okay, and you would get the equation negative x squared minus 2x minus 48 equals 0. Now I can see the value of each part. My A is a negative 1. My B, is a negative 2, and my C is a negative 48. So now you're just plugging in those values into the formula. This would be a negative 2, 4 parentheses, negative 1, negative 48, excuse me, and negative 1. So when we simplify this, well, because we have a negative and a negative, that becomes a positive 2. Then we're going to do the order of operations for this part. This gives me a negative 188. 2 squared, 188, all over a negative 2. Now, the thing you have to recognize is that when we put this in the calculator, let me just show you real quick. I did it right there. You get an arrow if I just enter it again. No or non-real answer. Okay, whenever we see that, or whenever I see that underneath the radical is a negative, this is going to indicate no solution, which means you cannot do any of this. Okay, doesn't mean 0, it just means there's no solution. There is no x-intercept, there is no root, there is no point where it crosses the x-axis. Like if I go back and I were to put this in my calculator, and I'll show you real quick. If I go to y equals, let me get out of here and type in my negative x squared, minus 2x, oh, that's the negative, sorry, minus 2x, and then minus 48, and I graph it. So right now it's not showing, so I need to zoom out, because I know it's gonna, because of that negative 48, it's gonna look, there we go, see right here? This never touches the x-axis. Because it never touches the x-axis, there's no solution. Because our solution is when we get an x-intercept. So it's just another way of problem solving, okay? So here, on number 4, to get the equation equal to 0, you're going to have to say minus x, and I would line this up with this. This is like terms right here. And then I would add 12. And then we're just adding 12. Now I'm not adding 12 to the 6x. I'm just putting plus 12 and rewriting this. So this equation I'm going to put over here to the side is 6x squared. This would be plus 17x, because I combined those x's here. Then plus 12 equals 0. Our A is 6, B 17, C is 12. So we should have negative parentheses 17. And then in here, we're actually doing, like, writing it out. So this would be 17 squared minus 4, parentheses 6 for A, parentheses 12. We need to actually get the number. Now, if you wanted to do this part first and then just simplify, so like do it in the calculator, which would be, let me get out of here, our parentheses, 17, oops, delete that, there we go, 17 squared minus 4 parentheses 6 parentheses 12, enter, we get 1 here. So if you wanted to just do the math and then put in your value, okay, all over 2a, well 2a would be 2 times 6. So when I simplify this, this is negative 17 plus 1 over 12, and this is negative 17 minus 1 over 12. And then you actually need to simplify more to get your values for x, for both of these x's here. Remember I showed you also you could put this in the, like do your fraction box, okay, negative 17 plus 1, and then this is all over 12. We get the fraction negative 4/3. If I do the other one, and you can just pretty much just go arrow up, excuse me, and copy this, and then I can change, go up, sorry, change that plus to a minus, then hit enter, and I get negative 3/2. Right. So on the back, we're now just kind of eliminating the skeleton, like, you know, you're just going to show all your work from start to finish. So you're using the quadratic formula. If you need to just recap, here it is. And we're still solving for the equation equal to 0. So minus 4 here and plus x squared here. So really this turns out to be 3x squared plus 12x minus 4. And then we are finding each variable. So a is 3, b is 12, c is negative 4. And now we're actually doing the work. So this would be negative parentheses 12 plus or minus square root 12 squared minus 4 parentheses 3 parentheses negative 4 all over 2a. So 2 parentheses 3. And so we want you to actually kind of work it all the way out and get your values of your values for x here. Okay, so going from me providing the parentheses to now you doing it on your own. All right, and on number 8 here, excuse me, you first need to get it equal to 0. So you have to add 4 to both sides. This gives you x squared minus 6x plus 4 equals 0. And then we need our parts. We need our a is 1, our b, that's a negative 6, and our c is 4. So now we're going to put it in the formula. So I'm just going to kind of move up here to the top here. This would be negative parentheses, negative 6, plus or minus the square root of a negative 6 squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2a, which is 2 times 1. So when I simplify this, hopefully right off the bat, we see this is going to make this positive. So 6 plus or minus square root of 20 all over 2. That's right, because that's 16, yeah. Now, well, right here, I see this is a positive 6, so that's eliminated. That's eliminated. So I need to check these. What I need to check is what decimal is this, so I can see if it matches. So let's just say I do the positive answer first. So if I was in my calculator, and I did alpha y equals, and I did 6 plus, oops, sorry, 6 plus the square root of 20 all over 2. This is equivalent to 5.23. So I'm just going to write 5.23. Now I'm going to check what this is equivalent to. So I'm going to do 3 plus the square root of 5. It is also 5.23. So this is our answer. Okay. All right, and then you have, you have another kind of question, star related, understanding what the parabola would do right here on number 10. So thank you for getting this done and get turned in tomorrow.